there's different types of marriages. Uh, some all types of marriages. First marriage is husband and wife, which is one of the most beautiful things that could happen. The second one is friend to friend, because or your friends or group of friends or best friends, because ultimately when you are involved in a particular circle of friends or network or group or gathering, and the people that you knew for a long time since you were young and you grew up together or what have you, your vocabulary starts becoming their vocabulary. And the paradigm shift from what you used to be is now a part of this group setting, and it's you guys think the same, you act the same. If you see them hanging around with somebody else without telling you, you start thinking, what the hell, just let me know next time, or things like that. These type of feelings are natural, and it's a type of marriage, guys. And sometimes a marriage with friends is one of the best you can have. The marriage with friends is one of the best types of marriage you can have. And you could a lot of people, I know I was at one point, and I still am, but you could be married to your work, and that just means it doesn't mean that you give everything else up. You prioritize everything: family, work, emotional well-being, family, work, right? Kids, uh, money, your emotional or religious groups you belong to, spiritual groups you belong to. All these types of things can come in different orders, and it doesn't matter how you put them or who you prioritize it, or how you prioritize it. Excuse me. What matters is that you do have a priority list, and you do things according to, and your behavior will show it, and it will help you along the way, and recognizing and realizing these types of things. And you could be married. A lot of people, including myself, as of recently, like are married to. You could be married to yourself, right? Yeah, like spending a lot of time on my own, or with you guys. I hop on here, shoot YouTube videos, or shoot these Facebook videos for people to get inspiration. I'm not looking for any compensation, but if you want to write me $1 million check, feel free. I'll give you my address. Just DM me. If you also want to be extremely, extremely self-aware. Excuse me, guys. I have the skin regimen that my dermatologist has me, and I think I mentioned it before. You also want to be self-aware, meaning in which that, like right now, if I'm in a good mood or I am in a bad mood, right now I'm in a good mood. I woke up early this morning, uh, had my drink, brushed my teeth, put my skincare regimen on, and then believe it or not, guys, in your hair, if you don't have a gel, or you do have gel, but you're just at a fix and a quick fix and you want it to be dry and protected, you can put on sunblock, and you can put it in your hair, and it's healthy for your hair. It cures, or it doesn't cure, but it prevents dry scalp, and it makes your hair look somewhat all right. Right now I'm in dire need of a haircut, but I'm sure we're all worrying about our haircuts in this virus. So, but I digress. Let me go back, and you want to be self-aware. Self-awareness is probably the number one thing on the list, because once you find why you're in a good mood, you're gonna always try to recreate this. And once you find out you're in a bad mood, you're gonna want to try to avoid it and learn from it, from both the good and the bad. If you're in a bad mood, whatever that emotion is, try to put it in a box. If you can't resolve that, if you can't resolve a bad mood or something right now, we're gonna linger in that emotional state of being, and just be in a bad mood, right? And then we're gonna project it on other people. That's the natural way the human brain works. Your serotonin levels in your brain and your mind, and it's called dopamine. That's why drugs are called dope. But it has a certain kind of effect on it, your moods. That's what controls your moods and your central nervous system. So you wanna you want to have your serotonin levels always at a stable balance, okay? And being self-aware is a very, very big part of that. And guys, please, I can't stress enough, meditation, 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 wherever you are. If you're by the pool, if you're on your bed, if you have a towel on your marble tiles or porcelain tiles, sit down, close your eyes, take deep breaths. You can do it without sound, you can do it with sound. You can go on YouTube and type in guided meditation and listen to it. I have a guided meditation that I have. It's from 2009 and it's on iTunes. I'm not going to buy another one because I don't want to spend more money on it, but it works perfectly fine for me. And it guides you. It's very relaxing and calming. When you come out of that, when you open your eyes, you're like in a different zone. You're like in a dream world. And one of my goals was to be in a constant state of meditation. If you're in a constant state of meditation, this means ultimately you're going to have serenity. You're going to have peace. You're going to be thankful. You're going to be grateful for every little thing. The little silly things that make you laugh, I guarantee you guys, or that give you a warm-hearted feeling, are the things that get you through the day. Sporadically throughout the day, I will say a serenity prayer, which say, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And then you say, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. And I say that to myself. That's a mantra I say to myself, just to always keep myself in check. I try not to wait for anything bad to happen anymore. And prevention is better than cure. But sometimes, ironically enough, I think it was on before that when I mentioned that I drove a Mercedes, my check engine side is on. So don't brag about anything and don't tell people what you drive and stuff like that. Uh, I have, I heard last night I was watching Chicago Med and I wrote something down. It said addiction can't, one of the actresses said, addiction can't be cured rapidly. That's complete nonsense. I was an addict for a long time with drinking. I went into a 12-step program, and within a year or two, I followed it to the T. I lived in that building for throughout the whole day for all the meetings. I didn't have any money. They were kind enough to let me stay there, and I followed the steps. I got a sponsor. They told me what to do. I changed sponsors, who's now a dear friend of mine. And the people you'll meet and this thing we call life and the journey and the trajectory you'll go, you're the star of your own movie. And in work, sometimes we don't have control over that because there's bosses on top of us. There's bosses inside of us. And no matter how old or how wealthy we get, our parents will still be our bosses, right? So we have to overlook some of the dumb shit they say to us, some of the dumb stuff they say to us, and be like, you know what? They're probably in a bad mood. Look what they've done for us, and look at what they're doing for the family. Let me put my feelings aside for a second and look at the telescope through their eyes, right? Because you get a different type of twisting. It's like a kaleidoscope, all the images sometimes. And one of the major things I've been doing is I go online. I love music, love it, love it, love it. There's this group called 21 Pilots. If you like them, they're kind of like rock. They're super, super awesome. Post Malone, Eminem, some other old school hip hop. But I also like classic rock. Sting, The Police, Pet Shop Boys, all that club music, whatever you could find yourself doing in creative ideas. And you can go on keepinspiring.me. We put that website up for you guys because, like I kept saying before, you were inspiring me. So Keepinspiring.me is solely for you, for people, anyone who wants to go on there, get free quotes, free ideas, free information. We don't benefit unless you purchase a product on there from advertising. If you want, you can. If not, I don't care. I haven't purchased a product from there. That's just so whatever. I go on there, I get my quotes, and I bring them to you. Remember something. Um, if you have someone, there's some people, for some reason in our mind, when we see them or we have thought about them in the past, we don't like them. But the reason we don't like them is because more often than not, these people, we think just like these people. That's why we hate them. So try to get a resentment or forgiveness out there. I was given the gift of forgiveness, totally transformed my life, and I now pass it on. I get over things quickly. Someone does something stupid to me before, I used to hold a resentment and want to kill somebody and take someone's neck off. Now I don't. Now I stop, think, and just say, you know what? Either I say I'm sorry immediately, or I let them go on with their behavior, but I still act the same inside. And your body is your temple, and it's your sanctuary. You know, whatever you want to feed it, whatever you want to put into it, is totally up to you. However, we want to project you want people to you want to project a sense of security, a sense of niceness, a sense of calmness, a sense of, if you're